Hi, I'm Kelly.
And hi, I'm Geoff.
And this is Blueprints for Belonging, where we're exploring how to build conscious connection in a disconnected world.
Because belonging doesn't happen by accident, it happens by design.
Welcome back to Blueprints for Belonging.
Right.
You're here to explore all these small shifts that make our big differences in our world and how we connect with ourselves and with others, and even a puppy dog.
Yeah, who was shaking it off when we started. In our last episode, we talked about disagreeing without disconnection.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, love that idea. How conflict, when approached differently, can actually strengthen relationships instead of breaking them apart. And we continue this series, The Practice of Connection.
Woohoo!
Letting understanding lead. Mm-hmm. That's very important, because understanding is where it's at. We're focusing on something many of us were never actually taught. That connection is a skill set. It is. These are learnable, practical ways of being with one another that shape the quality of our relationships every day.
Yep. Today we're exploring something that shows up just as often, and that's that urge to fix.
Oh, fix. Yeah, because once we begin staying connected in disagreement, the next challenge is what we do when someone is struggling. Do we move in to solve it, or do we stay long enough to understand it? And it's
hard.
Not easy to do.
Right. Most of us were never taught that, we've been taught that, you need to help other people. And so in that helping other people, we start giving advice or offering solutions in how to fix their problems or trying to make their life better. Just do this, just do that, or we're shoulding them. This is what you should do.
This is what you should be doing because you're doing it wrong.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Often what people what need most often isn't a solution, but it's just to be heard or seen or understood.
And sometimes they use a solution. That's usually what they're looking for.
Oh, yeah. They'll
use a solution like alcohol as a way to cope. But anyway, in this episode, we're exploring the differences between listening to fix and listening to understand, and why that curiosity might be one of the most powerful relationship skills that we can ever practice. So,
yeah.
Curiosity.
Well, defining listening without fixing. That's where it starts. And I think we need to give a nod to agreements that are made amongst the people within a circle. So a healing circle or a listening circle it's just a group of individuals that come together. They sit in a circle typically, but doesn't necessarily even have to be that, but you want to face each other. And they have agreements that they make before at the start of every discussion, because they want everybody to hear it and to agree, yes, we're not going to do these things. These
things that we were taught how to do are encultured with our families of origin or within our school systems.
Absolutely. Right. These are just what I like to call them bad habits of us. So there's this one in particular about fixing, and it's my favorite, because it says, we will not presume to advise or fix anyone in the circle. And everything we talk about is considered confidential. And between those two, it just makes all the difference in the world. I mean, case in point, I went to a, what do they call them? Support group for people who dealing with FTD, which is frontal temporal dementia, because my sister had it. So I signed up for one of these, and I only went to one, because in that one, somebody tried to give me a solution
to fix whatever's going on.
They were pushing it down my throat, and I was just like, this is not why I'm here. And so I ended up actually going with Healing Circles Global, which is a free service. They work off donations only, and it's where our friend Brooke Summers Perry came up with the agreements that she uses in her circles for We Practice Life. They use the same agreements there, and that was exactly what I needed, because I don't need a solution. I just need to be heard. I just need to say what I need to say. It's just like everybody else in the group, Yeah.
But this enculturation that we do have about fixing somebody, help.
Always, well, especially men.
Well, they want to
We are told
to help.
You got to help everybody.
Right. And that makes sense that they've been told to help everybody that we want them to do. But this is a different skill set that we didn't get. So it's not about you're wrong or you're not good enough or any of that kind of stuff. It's about, imagine never learning how to use your left foot.
That would be awfully hard to walk.
It would be awfully hard to walk. But if it was tied up behind us and we've never ever able to use it, then trying to use it would feel really awkward, right? So this is listening is without fixing. Listening is hearing the other person, being present to them. And in our last, if you don't really know what listening is, you can go back and listen to the last episode, and it'll tell a little bit more about some skills to use of staying present with another person, hearing what's going on for that person. Fixing is kind of future oriented. If you just do this way, then everything will turn out the right way, and and I'll feel better because I helped you. Yet listening is part of that, being present and hearing what's going on for that person, and using some curiosity to understand. Let me make sure I'm clear in what I'm hearing, as you're sharing that.
Right, because it's understanding and witnessing somebody and being present with them. And it focuses on experience and, what experience is that person having.
And when we shift from that solving to understanding, we move from controlling into connection. How cool is that?
Right. Well, and case in point, the service that I offer, which is called Conversation Companions, it does just that. I listen. I gently reflect what I heard. I might offer unmet needs that they're expressing, that I think they might be expressing, or feelings they might be having. And that in itself is all that's needed to give that person clarity on that issue they were talking to me about.
So share a little bit more about what your business is.
Well, it's a listening service. So
people don't usually have listening services.
No, I know.
And it's really pretty awesome.
It's a new kind of service.
Yes.
This is not something that is
it's not about fixing you.
No, it's not about fixing you.
We're not going to come up with some.
And I'm not thinking about what I got coming next while you're talking to me. No, I am with you the entire way, and then I reflect. I paraphrase back what I heard, and throw in needs and feelings as needed. I use a needs wheel and a feelings wheel for those things, and
the experience is pretty lovely. It's just you feel heard, you feel understood, and
exactly. And it's really hard to
and if you've never
put a value on it because people don't know what it feels like.
Right, and if you've never had it, you can always call Geoff and
right. Try it out.
Try it out for free.
Yeah. It's called Conversation Companions, and it's conversation-companions.com.
Right.
It really is just about listening, and it's hard for me to impart that to everybody. I just don't know that I'm doing a good job.
Until you have that experience of it, you don't really know what it's like.
Right.
Especially if you've not really had anybody that took that time to listen.
To listen to you,
And then when you have it, man, you're hooked on it.
Right. When you're like, this is what it feels like.
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
So we have this urge to fix. Why do we have this urge to fix people? Where does that, you think that comes from?
Generations. I mean, I can't even say that I learned it directly from my parents. I think I just learned it from the culture I'm in.
As a kid,
and you know,
right.
because anytime something is wrong, well, somebody's going to step in and fix it for you. They're going to tell you what you need to do to fix it.
And in some ways, that's what we go looking for.
Well, yeah, we do. We hang a lot on other people to, oh, well, this person, once I just get to know them, they're going to fix everything for me. And that never happens. I got to tell you, I've actually tried that. It doesn't work.
Well, I think one of the things that drives this is discomfort. So this discomfort with, because usually we want things to go the way we want them to go. And when we have a disagreement or something's not going the way we want it to go, we have some anxiety or some other emotional upheaval, you know, and we're looking for other people to fix their problems so they'll feel better.
Right.
Want them to hurry up and change to make me feel better.
Right. Waiting for other people to change.
Right.
Whew, boy, you're going to be waiting a long time.
Right. So anyway, so we're also not comfortable with other people having emotions, especially if they are not comfortable emotions like anger or being upset or frustration. And we usually try to say to them, everything's going to be all right. Just get over it. Or
right. Yeah, just get over it.
Probably not the best one to...
You don't want to say that to somebody who's angry.
Who's angry, no.
Oh, just calm down.
Right.
It's all right, you know.
Or, why do you have to be upset about something? It's not your problem. That was another one.
Right.
But when somebody expresses that pain or that uncertainty or that struggle, it can, for us, it might, be a real sense of urgency for us to make them feel better. Because if I can make my partner feel better or my friend feel better,
right, then I'll feel better. Right.
So in some ways, fixing becomes that way to reduce that discomfort that we might have for ourselves or the other person. So noticing that urge to fix would be a practice this week, is kind of being aware of it. And sometimes we think we have a fear of saying the wrong thing, or we might say the wrong thing
and not
realize we've said the wrong thing, right?
I think noticing our urges to fix. This is a big one. This one people are definitely gonna be noticing, because we all do it.
Well, it's not I don't think of it as a bad thing or a right or wrong. I think this is just how we've been in culture. If we're not aware of it,
which is why we all do it, because we've all been in culture to do it.
Which is also why you and I are talking about it, because we're hoping to increase this awareness. And kind of our central key here is big, about big growth, and big is build awareness, investigate meaning, and generate choice. This is what we're all working on. So building your awareness about, am I having this urge to fix somebody? I'm wondering where that might be coming up from, or what's that displeasure for me? I might see them hurting and I don't want them to hurt anymore, or they're suffering through something and I really don't want them to suffer anymore.
Right. Which is an altruistic feeling with what's the word? I've
got an old brain, so I won't know.
Shoot. The things we do to fix situations, not protocol. I hate when that happens. My brain is completely gone blank.
I think you're getting older too.
Yeah, I am. We all are.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah. Well, I've lost my entire train of thought, so we're going to start over again.
So why we help is that desire. Why we want to help people, or why we want to fix stuff, is we have this desire to help other people. We have some discomfort with other people's emotions. And then we also have the need to feel useful or competent. That's the other one that we want to make sure people are aware of.
If you can make them feel better, then you're
I'm
being
useful.
very useful.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. But when it all goes wrong, then you're like, oh, shit, why did I say that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, so all of this listening without fixing requires kind of noticing our internal reactions in that present moment or real time, kind of being aware of these things that are happening for us. If I'm noticing that I'm wanting to fix my friend or fix this for another friend, or share something that I think they should do it this way, or have you thought about this?
Oh, this worked for me.
This worked for me. Oh, God.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
one.
And that one, oh, that sounds nice enough. This worked for me. I'm not pushing it on you. I'm just saying that this worked for me.
Right.
But it's still trying to fix.
And then the other thing to remember is if you notice somebody who's trying to fix something, what should you say to them? Because you don't want to correct them.
Right.
So what should you say to them?
Oof.
I have the answer.
Right, I know she does. Okay, what's the answer?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much for that.
Thanks for that.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Because if you talk about you don't want it or you shouldn't have done it, then you're into a deep mud.
Right.
And it usually shifts their focus when you say thank you, because then it kind of makes it sound like you've done something for them. And in some ways you have. When you say thank you, you're allowing them to know that you are grateful that you're bringing some possibility up for them, and not that you have to. It would be like somebody offering you a snack. You want some cookies? You don't have to eat them, but they're there if you want them.
Well, right. But if you had asked me if I wanted some cookies, I might say, no thank you, I'm fine.
Right. Or
because you asked.
Right.
When you ask,
it's
period,
different.
It's different than telling.
Eat those cookies.
Right. Yeah, I brought those for you.
Right. Okay, so kind of paying attention to what's showing up for you in real time, and being aware that we have these little impulses to advise, and that's not right. Like I said, it's not a bad or right or wrong or good thing. It's just part of this is we're developing our awareness to allow that pause to come take place, to come more frequently versus that reaction to fix.
Right.
So, and then another component of that is using curiosity instead of control. Hey, I'm just curious. I'm wondering if you might need some other support. Would that be helpful for you right now?
Right.
That would be a way of asking.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
Right. I'm not really clear about what you mean by all of that. Tell me what was that happened?
Yeah, what's been hardest about this? Ask questions.
So then that gives the person who's having whatever difficulty, it gives that person that opportunity to think that you care about them and showing that you're giving them that curiosity about what's going on in their life.
Well, right, because when you ask, how are you making sense of it? Well, they will think and then respond. And getting them to talk about whatever's bothering them is a great way to help them get clarity on it without you having to do anything but listen.
I like sometimes people think of curiosity in a negative way. Like,
really?
I'm curious. I mean, I use it as a
right. Like, you must be stupid if you're curious about everything. Right. Oh, jeez.
If you don't know any certainty or things like that, that's kind of how they're like, you're curious, then why aren't you knowing anything about this? So.
Right. Well, you can't know until you know.
Well, I kind of see curiosity kind of keeps the conversation going.
Well, it does. It stops it from becoming a disconnected conversation and keeps it in the connection row.
Yet there's also really good words to use with curiosity. I'm wondering if, or how did that work, or tell me more about that. Not just I'm curious.
Well, right.
But some people might think, but it's like, tell me more. What's been the hardest thing about it, or how are you making sense of all of this? You're showing, or you're allowing that person to see you have a willingness to understand what might be going on with them, without that need to fix whatever's going on for them.
Right.
And
you're
that
simply
is a
just walking them
moment
through it.
Right, and that is a moment that will change that relationship.
Right.
When they know that you're hearing them. So.
Right. Yes, it will. I'm here to tell you. Wow, it's amazing. What's the relational impact of listening without fixing? I think I probably have a good idea, but
go for it.
Well, it deepens trust, which, I've been fortunate to be born with active listening as one of my natural born skills, because I can get people to trust me really quickly. And I couldn't really put my finger on it until recently. And it's like, oh, that's what it is. Because I'm always engaged. I focus on the person talking to me. And that brings trust. Because they trust you to actually be listening and to be getting to know them.
Well, it really
which makes them more open.
Right. And if they're not used to it, it really kind of shifts their thinking. He cares about me, or he,
Right. No one's ever listened to me like that before.
Or he's not trying to sell me something.
Right.
Usually they're trying to sell you something.
Trying to sell me something or throw something at me to fix me.
Right.
Yeah. It builds stronger emotional connections when you listen without fixing. Increases your emotional presence, which is wonderful. Less immediate resolution is because you're not trying to resolve their issue, you're just taking it in. Yeah. I mean, it's really kind of a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, when we're learning these new skills, we don't want to leave anything kind of like the no-brainer. We want to be really explicit about it, which is why we're talking about it.
We want to be intentional.
We might not share everything we possibly would know about it, because that might take
a while.
Or 2 or 3 days. We just want to get this a little bit so that you have some awareness about it. So basically it's what you're looking for and asking for is you're not wanting to be fixed, you're wanting to be understood. And a lot of times the old ways of doing things, people might not like. It's really great. Our iPhones get updated. We don't have to go and get the new versions of them. I wish us humans had the same programming.
We had upgrades.
If we had upgrades. So kind of thinking of this as kind of like an upgrade. When you start to have this awareness about how to be more connected with yourself and with others, part of it is being aware of how we've been encultured to fix other people's problems. Not because we're the best fixer, yet we're taught to be helpful. And to be helpful, this is one of the ways that we can be helpful. And in some ways, if we're not paying attention to it, we just automatically offer, well, you should have done it this way, or you could have done it this way.
If we're unaware of what we're doing, then we're in automatic reaction mode.
Right.
And the automatic reaction to somebody having an issue is to try to fix it if you can. And the automatic reaction mode is all the things that we've been talking about. I mean, really. And so the awareness that we're trying to help people find
or practice,
and well, once you find it, you start practicing it, and it gets bigger and bigger. It is a gift.
Well, let me just share this one thing. I was reading a research project one time, and they were talking about the people that are driving and have accidents are usually distracted. And that's what contributes to distracted driving.
Really bad.
Yet, hey, I'm going to pay attention. So when I'm driving, I'm paying attention to the cars in front of me, to the cars on the side of me. If you're driving and the cars behind me, right, I'm watching where their tires are going.
Right.
I'm aware of everything that's going on with that. I can't tell you how many possible accidents I could have been in because they were coming into my lane and were stopping too quickly, or
they weren't paying attention.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and you much like myself, do not look at your phone
No.
while you're driving.
No.
Because why?
Right.
It's like, no, this is driving time. And driving is a big deal. There's a lot going on.
Well,
on
I'm
the
not
roads.
looking at my phone while we're talking either.
Well, right. And neither am I.
Right.
Yeah,
So I want
yeah.
to pay attention to my friend here and be in the same room with him, whatever's going on.
We got a moment here.
Right, and
Yeah.
if there's something going on, I'd tell him, hey, I got to look at my phone.
Right.
In the same way, if I'm driving, I'm going to pull over and look at my phone if something is happening.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. Because if you take your eyes off the road,
Ugh.
anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Well, I just want to pay attention to stuff, be aware.
Right.
So, anyway, our core insight for this is that we're just helping, kind of creating this understanding that these conditions can change. Anyway, the conditions that we might have, that we might be in or under, they can change to be more effective than advice giving. So I can give you this advice, but the best part about it is if I hold back and not give you advice, it really strengthens this relationship that I'm in.
Right.
Because if I, like I said, if I, would you like this, this, I'm not giving you anything.
A pen?
A pen. Would you like
Yeah.
this pen? Would you like this pen? No, Kelly, I don't want that pen.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you want that pen? You need that pen. You need it for whatever. It'll make you better at writing things down. But I don't need a pen. I already have a pen.
Right. I don't need a pen. Thank
Right.
you very much.
Right.
Yeah. Fixing can bypass understanding
Right.
so quickly.
Right.
And understanding supports growth. So, no fix, more understanding. Understanding promotes growth of your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, they may ask you for advice.
That's different.
Then it's fine.
Right.
Then give them whatever advice you want to offer.
Or you can ask them. You can be curious. Hey, would you like some support or help
Right.
with coming up with some ideas of how that might do something different?
Right, because they might go, yes, please.
Yeah.
Or
No,
that's okay. I just needed to vent. You just
Okay, not a problem.
you just don't know.
Right.
So ask, and
Right.
you shall find out.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can offer someone isn't advice. It's our attention.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Attention, when it's grounded in that curiosity, man, it just creates that space for people to hear not only themselves, but maybe others even more clearly.
Yep. So instead of asking, what should I say? Maybe we should begin asking, how can I stay with them in a little longer? Yeah. Can I just listen? Yes, you can.
So here we're going to close with 5 reflections to take with you for this week. So that first one is when someone shares something difficult, that might be a conversation, that might be a question, I don't know, a problem, whatever. Do I move toward fixing or toward understanding? What discomfort comes up in me when I don't have a solution to offer? The third one here, where do I tend to interrupt the process of listening with advice or redirection?
Awareness.
And then what would it look like to stay curious instead of trying to help?
Right.
Can I trust that understanding is enough for this moment?
Right. Because connection isn't built through having the right answers. It's built through being willing to stay present without them.
Right.
No answers here.
No. Sometimes the most meaningful thing we can offer is simply just listening.
Yeah.
And I just want to thank everybody that's listening to this podcast. Thank you.
Yes.
If something's hit you or resonates with you, let us know.
Yeah,
Send us
we
a
would
note
love
to hear from
about
you.
that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks everybody for listening.
Yep. See you next week.
Thanks for listening to Blueprints for Belonging. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow. Leave a 5-star rating for us and share it with a friend.
You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you like to listen. Your support helps us keep building conscious connection in this disconnected world.